Have you ever created a character that is in love with a banana as their only character trait? Only to find out that the weight of your entire novel probably shouldn't be held up by aforementioned banana? No, good. Let's not talk about that. Now, a word from our sponsor. We don't have a sponsor for this video, but we're supposed to have a sponsor. We don't though. Fine. I'll be my own sponsor then. I'm the manga novelist. I have a Patreon account now, and shockingly enough, I'm working on a manga. The first part is almost complete. Please support the official release. Now back to our normally scheduled programming. If you write stories for others and plan on producing something of enjoyment for your audience, you have unknowingly made a promise that you will give the masses something to believe in. When you betray that belief, you end up with a crystal skull and aliens. The simplest way to look at this concept is you're playing a game with your audience. For a game to exist, there has to be rules, and as the author, you are expected to set the rules for the narrative in order for your audience to play a fair game with you. This game is to see if your audience members can guess what's going to happen next before you can switch their expectations using the already established rules. If you want to craft a story that will stay in your audience members' subconscious and thoughts well after it's finished, it's going to take a lot of people reading your finished work and editing, but the trick is to play a closed game that you and your audience virtually tie in. The more predictions your audience is able to make about your story, the more leeway they'll give you to fool them. Inception plays this game rather well. Many things in the movie were easily understood by the majority of people, and arguably just as much wasn't. Despite this, the majority of people like the movie. The same could be said for Infinity War, which is a much more recent example, that surprised audiences by killing off characters, and by doing so reinvigorated interest in the series. This formula can't work though if you don't get your audience to buy into your story in the first place. It's time to make a first impression, and most likely this is what will make or break your story. You've decided to go the safe route and spell out everything for your audience. Most likely in this situation, your audience will feel like you're talking down to them. Or you have the potential of having a very bland opening because there's too many points on the audience's side, resulting in a loss of interest. If you make things too complicated, on the other hand, your situation is a lot worse unless you quickly correct the point gap between you and your audience. If the audience isn't given tools to make predictions about the story, they're not going to stick around. The best way to create an effective hook for your readers is to showcase a few of your rules as quickly as possible, and then promise to give a point to your audience by hinting where the story will head. Give an extra point to yourself if you can quickly give the audience a point, and immediately after, score a point for yourself. Creating an interesting narrative is a real challenge, and even the most experienced authors struggle with it. The main thing is to continue to write and improve where you can, when you can. I personally don't have a lot of people that can read my stories, so sometimes you just have to go with your gut and pray it works out. That's what I wanted to say for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, think about following me and supporting my manga when it comes out. I have a Discord link in the description, and if you have enough time, think about checking out another video on my channel. You might like it.